feel like if we get there, North should look comfortable. That said, we don't have the most to go off of for this OpTic squad. We're into the pistol round already. And OpTic just going to be creeping out towards Kirby, trying this aggression in through long. And actually, he's going to fall at the first hurdle there.
Yeah, well read from OpTic. They double peeked it while crouching, so easy early advantage for the T side. And now North are going to pre-rotate heavily towards A. 3 players here will just gate down on that lower bomb site. OpTic still looking to commit towards A with a bomb, but they are taking their sweet, sweet time. Only MSL with the utility here for the T side, so important he doesn't go down, but he is the first man in right now with that bomb, even finding the dink to KD and Snappy, finishing off that kill. AZ tries to retreat, and he will get a lot of damage off, finished off by Valde, but the split up long from Config is perfectly timed. Another advantage for OpTic, again dropped, but they still hold a 3-on-2, and the B site's empty. OpTic can double back, and they will.
Yeah, they get this rotation down into B almost entirely for free. Snappy does just keep one man up at that A bomb site, and this leaves Gade here alone. Effectively 1v2 right now as this bomb does look to go down. He's desperately waiting for AZ to get into position up in the heavens. Now they know that Gade's close. Time ticking down. They do have the kit on Gade. He's given the chance there to deal with refresh, but he's not able to capitalize on it. So now, with these post plants set up, this is a very tricky spot for North to be in. They try and get on the defuse and Gade. Yeah, he was sticking it, maybe a bit optimistic there. You know, 1v3, you can't really blame him for trying it. But that will be OpTic finding the pistol around here to kickstart this first map.
Yeah, nice call from OpTic there, playing slow and actually being able to back off, not getting overcommitted to that A-side take, especially when they had the advantage. It's very easy to get ahead of yourselves and just, you know, in that 4-on-2 continue to commit. But after Config gets traded on long, they realize both CTs are on the bomb site and an easy rotate down towards B. So 1-0 for OpTic. They take the pistol, and it's going to be North with the 5-man nade stack here, down towards lower. Potentially deep into the pit. We see this from time to time. If OpTic were to rush Monster, they would meet their swift demise, but these nades will be held for a few seconds more. North would rather play off the back of the information they can gain from aggression. Talking of aggression, it's MSL. He's the one peering his way into B. The one nade coming through, and he will get taken down, but it's still only USPs, Harry, so it should just be a formality for North.
Yeah, team ace for OpTic. The bit of a game of dodgeball that we saw them have down towards short comes up and only nets North 1 kill, but now we have this buy. You know, they're able to get a bit of damage done. They weren't really expecting much, just had the pistols in that previous round, obviously. But now we get to see the rifles out for North. It's going to be actually quite a big old collection of the AUGs over here on the CT side. Bonus round attempted for OpTic. They're going to keep the MAC-10 on Snappy. Galil still for refresh. Rebuying on the other 2 players that went down. This might just be the flat-up B play. Now there's only 2 players with head armor here. I was going to say, so this MAC-10 could have done something, but Gade, fully flashed, just spraying through the smoke at long, able to shut down 3. They continue just forcing their way into him, and Gade is not moving.
It's a likely 5th round for North. Overpass is not a map where you can, you know, consistently get bomb plants on these eco rounds. Your best bet typically is just going for that B play, obviously with smokes down and rushing through short, but North have been doing a great job of shutting down these early B plays so far this map. Now, Cadian's getting aggressive and he's just going to scope out before he spots 2, but it's information nonetheless. The bomb's been seen on the A side of things, and we're going to see North adjust their positions accordingly, already rotating. Another man up towards A, that's AZ. And getting aggressive as well. Kiebi, with the help of a flashbang, will catch Nico. And this is where the aim battles are truly going to come up all in favor of North.
Yeah, even going as far as to lose refresh down at that B bomb site, and 1 by 1, they are just getting picked apart here. Config. Ooh, nice shot onto Kirby. Can he find any more though? Still 4 players left standing. Cadian able to trade that out, no problem. So they're able to stop Config before he gets rolling. If I'm not mistaken, was it Overpass was the map that he broke the kill record on, I'm pretty sure.
That is correct.
So, you know, there's currently no signs that he's gonna break it again. But there's always hope.
North have been doing a great job of trading though so far. We've not seen OpTic get away with a man advantage in a rifle round for more than 10 seconds without North immediately either equalizing it or taking it back. That's great. These double setups have been really nice towards con side, up on A and party, even down on B with the trades that Valde and AZ have been running. So let's hope that continues. OpTic have been struggling so far, and they're going to go back to another rifle round. Already up A long. North have conceded this position, but they have double toilets. This could catch OpTic off guard. Now, there is one player playing anti-flash, that's Kiebi, so assuming that AZ gets blinded here, this is where Kiebi should be able to swing and get the trade. There's the flashbang, but AZ hits the shot regardless. Oh dear, that's not how you want the round to start, is it?
No, but this time we do at least have Refresh, who's able to equalize things back into this 4-on-4. And so he's kept this round competitive for OpTic now as they look to set up outside of this B-bomb site. Only one man here, and that's Cadian. In position at short, just homing his sights in right now. Going to try and catch someone as they cross for this play. He'll hear the door open, misses that initial shot, drops the smoke now, and this is where we see the long play looking to come through from Monster. Cadian still alone here, has to try and buy time and Refresh. Second kill of the round. We're finally starting to see him wake on up. Obviously was a very hot prospect when he joined this roster, you know, moving over from the Fragsters team. We haven't really seen any of that form just yet, but this round his work might have been enough to solidify a third for OpTic. North still sticking around outside of the bomb site, trying to push in now. MSL able to drop the first man, and this leaves Valder and Kiebi still standing. And Valder, he's not content with two. They're trying to make this happen. Refresh, he gets dropped as well. Kiebi's in with another, and this leaves Snappy. 1v2 required. This was OpTic's round all day long. And North have almost stole it away from them. Just one man left standing over at short. Kiebi does have a smoke for the defuse. Throws that down, trying to bait the peek from Snappy, but Snappy, well, snaps onto him. OpTic third round, as they finally manage to find another on these rifles.
Smart play from MSL in the pit there. He makes that round for OpTic. He gets mollied in the back corner of water and smokes it off. North immediately think he's hiding in the smoke and wants to keep his position, but then he wide swings and takes down a couple. So very nice round from him. And OpTic do convert it. Of course, Snappy with a clutch. A lot of brain power on this OpTic side. Let's see if the firepower can match that of North's, as we have another rifle round with the AWP here for Cadian once again. AWP is also a question on the OpTic side of things. I imagine we're going to be seeing MSL on that, but obviously he's had stints, but it's not exactly going to be easy to compete with Cadian in that sense. Refresh. It's the man to equalize the opening kill that North found in the previous round down on B. He is here again, playing that solo lurk. Rest of OpTic up towards the A side of things, and North again, triple A setup. Very, very confident in doing so. It did catch them out in the previous round, with them not having nearly enough men towards B, with Cadian being the solo defender in that 4-on-4. May come back to haunt them once again, because OpTic, they've brought this bomb back down through the con side. They're already looking down through Monster, and Refresh has found an opening kill. Gade's dead. Valdi's up close. He's got no teammates to assist him with utility, and so he'll have to go for the fight, but that's the bomb spotted. Even though the trade is there, the information is key for North.
Oh, MSL trying to push through that smoke. Cadian will just dispatch of him with it. They've dropped the bomb, and now they're trying to boost over. Refresh is primed and ready to keep an eye on exactly this, but that flash actually forces him off the angle just for a moment, and now this boost from Kiebi has very much been solidified. He can just keep an eye on the bomb, and as they start to peek over, he drops the first man. Refresh once more stepping up to the mark, on for the ace, and Kiebi trying ever so desperately, but Refresh 5 kills. Controversy around the Cadian and MSL move within North originally. You know, there was a lot of talk around whether or not MSL would have been the better man to have kept in the squad. So, you know, for North, it's kind of a chance to show that the decisions that were made were good ones.
Especially when that decision was made right after MSL led North to a victory.
Yeah. No, most definitely, right? That was the thing that left a lot of people scratching their heads. And even then, you look at a lot of the other names within this OpTic squad. And Valde left standing. They do have a bit of utility to play with, but they might just back off and save.
Yeah, you could see them reconsidering it there in the bank once they heard that bomb plant go down. There's not enough money here for North. It's starting to run dry, and it's not like OpTic have, not been giving us close rounds and taking guns away when we get them rifles in their hands, so it has come back to bite North, and a 5th round taken from this T side keeps this game close as we hoped. Both guns are going to be safe for North, but with AZ, Kiebi, and Cadian still sitting 2k a piece at least, they'll be able to buy up swimmingly into that next round. OpTic, they are going to do the same. 4 alive, no more casualties post-plant, and get away with the guns, but I'm not sure if they even had the option to grab the AWP from Cadian there, but he did go down on the A site, which is the site they took, so I guess they didn't want the free AWP, which is even more surprising considering they wouldn't have to pay for it, but might just be the half. Either way, 8-5, and guns are back in, Harry.
Yeah, you know what? While you can definitely justify not picking the AWP up over on the T side of Overpass, for me, this has always been a map that's so dominated by confident AWPers, by having someone able to open up these long angles. You think about mid, you think about long, monster. There's so many positions where it could be viable. And this round, North, straight out into mid. They get the information there's no one here. The issue is, Penny's going to drop sometime soon, that it is the B play. Gade locking it down right now, holding the fort. Valde here to back him up, but he might not even be needed because Gade is on a tear. AZ now arriving on this flank. Gade cements it with 4, and he has been fantastic at this B-bomb site. They've not been able to get near him.
That's the second 4K that Gade has had defending B against rifles, against full rifles, Harry. Pretty unreal if you think about it. One time was just a monster spray down, which is one thing. The enemies were blind, but that was great. The reposition to jump above the smoke on that sandbag as well to catch config in the pit. Stellar half from North so far, and can they round it out with double digits? We're about to see no AWP for the final round of the half. OpTic again. These B rushes have not been favouring them. Early Molotov to deny presence on A, but Cadian, he goes ahead with it. OpTic smoked the molly to give the illusion that they do have presence here, but that couldn't be more incorrect. North have all the information in the world. The issue is, they're going to have to give up this B bomb site. Unless Gade gets another miraculous 4K, he is the only player here. And OpTic, they are all over B.
Still, Gade has been Mr. Miracle, Mr. Multi-kill. Gade in with another onto MSL to kickstart this round. So a 5v4. They might have lost the B bomb site, but now they sit comfortably a man up. They still have to try and work their way through these angles though. And OpTic, they have a lot of utility left over. They didn't really have to expend all too much when it came to taking this B bomb site. Nico, he's fully blind, but Snappy is very much bailed out. OpTic in this round. Kiebi and AZ remain, and one by one, they'll get plucked off from the map. Kiebi, a 1v4 required, and so many of these players brought down low on the OpTic side. As he creeps in, he's
Jules always being one, and great trading on the CT side as well. That's something that North definitely had. They always had buddy setups no matter where they were sat, and so that's obviously very beneficial to keeping man advantages. For now, Harry, pistols, all too repetitive. OpTic, they are going to be dealt with a fast play from this North side, but Nico is more than ready for it, already taking down Cadian. The others trapped in the toilets with limited utility as well, and OpTic have this AWP now finally in their hand. MSL going to show us what he's working with. Bomb dropped already, and that is a huge kill. North are going to have to use their remaining utility to actually flush that out and pick the bomb back up, just to disallow OpTic the 4-man rotation up to this site, and that nade is chunky as well.
And there's just been so much utility raining in towards this attempted push from North that they really weren't able to do anything. Right? You think about it, there was the smokes down to deny vision, then raining through the smokes, there was nades. And Sindri's even split that push up into the bomb sites. So yeah, they don't manage to find anything. It was just the pistols, though. They at least have money now. And interestingly enough, Cadian had money to buy an AK, had money to buy an AWP. He's gone for a MAC-10.
Yeah, questionable one. And maybe going for the fast monster play, that would be the real justification here for North. But yeah, interesting considering it's not like OpTic don't have money to get head armor. You haven't just broken their cash. They've had convincing rounds all half long. Look at this setup as well. Boost from Snappy. We've got 2 players taking short water. In the meantime, North are coming through con, so this could be thrown all up into the air with a flashbang, but that goes both ways, because MSL wants to fight first. He takes one. Trade is right there for Gade, and the boost gets spotted as well. So North, already a good bit of information as to this setup of OpTic, but that can change in an instant. They didn't realize that config was close by, and he again gets spotted, tries to get through that connector. Gade will just take the duel, more than happy to win that fight. And now with another kill to North's name, they can double back towards B. Already AZ up in Monster as well, and there's only a solo man committed towards this B bomb site for OpTic. It's Refresh. Now, he's been great so far, but this is asking a lot of him.
He's going to be walking into a lot of crosshairs here. Tries to duck out after he finds the first man. He's been instantly traded though. Push has slowed right down from North, not anticipating that Refresh was the solo man at this B bomb site. Just give it a bit of time for OpTic to get into position here and make this retake a viable option. Now they're not quite ready for AZ, who's already down in the pit.
Bomb has been planted.
And Nico wants to step up here. And, ooh, not going to happen. Instead takes one of the dome. We're all tied up once again. Hugo 10 to 10, split right down the middle.
That hesitation looked like it could almost catch North out, but it was actually the right call from them, right? They get the pick onto Refresh, and then they slow it down in the 3-on-3, and the reason being is because they'd already spotted not only the double short aggression from MSL and Config, but they also saw the boost up on B at the same time. So they knew at one point there were 4 players down on B in the early round. So, you know, after they get 1 kill in a 3v3, they don't want to rush into a bomb site that could still have more players. Good call, almost comes back to bite them, but they get the round finally. Their first T-side on the board, in fact. Engaged, still topping the charts. He's kept up his performance from the CT side, not just a one-half wonder, Harry. Sitting at the top of the server on 18 and 10. Long may it continue.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the rather, I'm trying to think of the word. Is it like tyrannical reign of Gade right now?
Sure.
There we go. Got there eventually. Orp going to be back out on the side of OpTic. MSL sporting it. Cadian's now got one of his own. So finally we're going to get to see the Orp head-to-head between Cadian, the man who obviously replaced MSL within this North roster. So we do get to see how they stack up. Config. Other side of Monster right now. Smoke is down, and that's going to keep Gade safe for the time being. Config just going to walk into short, and he gets a lot of information from this. They could even look to find a bit more. Valde just keeping an eye on Khan passively. Hazy ready for this fast play in, playing for the anti-flash. It rains on out now, no peek on the back of it. North making noise down here a bit, but not committed, and now Config finally spotted his position over it here at short. Doesn't really yield anything for the OpTic side. In fact, it's North to take the man advantage now, sitting 5v4. Still posted up outside of B. And only Refresh and Snappy here. This is where OpTic can get in their own heads a bit, deciding if on the back of finding that kill, maybe they've rotated away. The play, however, it's going to be the push up through short for the majority of North. Snappy here to try and hold them back, instantly dropped, and Refresh doing what he can with the Deagle, but Valde going to delete him. So MSL and Nico left standing. 2v4 required. And it might just be the save here. No money for OpTic. So yeah.
That's just a gamble round from OpTic there. 2-on-2 on either bomb site, hoping that North, you know, don't get the early entries. And I like the setup down on B. That's probably the best setup you can run. The reason being is the players exiting through short from North are always going to be focused on areas like left pit, heaven, graffiti, site, barrels. They're not going to be watching down in the right side of the Monster. That's down to the Monster players to check. So you could see Snappy got a lot of damage off the Gade, the first man into the bomb site, but missed shots from OpTic, and then North pivoted back and 180. Able to convert that round with ease. 4-2 in terms of players surviving. That AWP is kept alive for OpTic, and North will take back the lead. Pool of this roster is. Plus, they haven't really had the time to develop a map pool, at least with this 5-man core, right? Because you've now got another IGL being added in. Your old IGL still in the team, but not calling, at least not to the same degree. So I imagine there's some map pool changes there, but I mean, this is the second official matchup by OpTic played with this team. So not a lot to read into in terms of map pool.
Ooh, Config on this boost, and there's a lot of players on the other side. Cadian will get met by the 7.62 round of Config. Still here with this AK, this hero weapon, and he's in with a second. He's looking to try and be the hero, but Kirby, not a fan of that. The anti-hero, MSL, shutting down another. Gade, oh, suddenly thrust into a 1v2 as this second rifle on Snappy has emerged in the bomb site. Gade just with 39 points of health, and Snappy's going to wrap onto him. So OpTic, armed with just 2 rifles, able to cement a 12th round and deny map point in the way of North.
And big play once again from Snappy on this B site. He's been great as well. Hides in the smoke and wins a 1v2, catching North completely off guard. That early boost certainly assisted as well in gaining the man advantage, but it won't stop North in their tracks for now. They've got another rifle round with no AWP note, as MSL still has his, and has been pretty much consistently winning this A-long opening duel when it's been given to him. Instead, this round, he goes up towards Connector, and Nico's the one to get aggressive on A, already finding an early kill. Cadian, the first man to get picked up, but Gade through the smoke. Dear, oh dear. Too many rounds, Cadian has been, you know, taken down within 10 seconds. Not only in the previous where he got caught by that boost on B, but now just getting blindsided by Nico. North will try and speed up the pace and take this A site, but Refresh spots the bomb.
MSL tries to help him out, tries to take up position here at the long angle with the AWP. Assembling this boost quickly over the top of the smoke. Actually crumbles down, so we get to see that come into fruition. Smoke down into the toilets. We'll hold back this play for the time being. Still under a minute on the clock, so plenty of time here for the North squad, and now they've gone through the smoke. MSL really not ready for someone to be so deep inside of the bomb site, but Refresh is there to help out, and MSL and Refresh pick apart the North squad as they try to hit that A bomb site. They don't find anything on the entries, you know, in spite of having a man all the way up towards Bank. You know, almost was in position just to blindside MSL. So good job on Refresh there to shut that down.
That's the first rifle round we've seen from North on that A site. The only other round that we saw from them was that eco where they got absolutely stomped down in B short, or in A short rather, by the utility, where the bomb was dropped. So other than that, North have just been flat hitting B consistently this half. So nice to see OpTic are able to get ahead of that despite not being too warmed up over on the A site maybe. They do not concede a play it. 14-13 and a tactical timeout for North just ending. But a good time for one considering the money.
Interestingly to note, MSL currently 7-3 in opening duels in this series. So he's been doing a phenomenal job of finding these man advantages. You know, you think about, especially over on this CT side, since he's had that AWP in hand, he's been so key at just plucking a man from the ranks of North early on. And you look at, you know, on the other side of the pond, the AWP IGL of North, he's currently sitting 1 of 5 in opening duels is Cadian. He did touch upon it. It feels like he's been the first man down for North a lot in these last few rounds.
Yeah, the fact that you can have such varying numbers but still have not only the score be close, but in fact even in the favour of North shows their ability to recover from these 4-on-5s. So some nice mid-round calls regardless. And plus a star power that we've seen from the likes of Gade and AZ. For now though, pistols for North and a slow play up towards that A site. MSL's waiting for contact, and once he gets a shot he can easily back off, but he's hungry for more. MSL 2, not 3. Gade's going to shut it down before it gets out of control, but here is where the re-aggression can come through. Nico, he wants to defend this AWP. No one allowed past, and Cadian gets tagged trying to get into the stairwell. The flash will give him the AWP, but he won't get much further because Nico is on a tear. 2 kills. And just Gade left, makes noise in that molly, so Nico knows he's in position. The AWP is grabbed, retrieved, but it's a small consolation considering he's now in a 1-on-5, or 1-on-4 rather. Yeah,
and he's surely not ready for this wrap round from long. Refresh already here. Actually, just going to miss the timing. Almost.
You can do it.
There we go. And now Gade throws the AWP out the map. That's going to force the rebuy of that at the very least. You know, Refresh, he's dead.
Double stack deep in B, and surely they can't retake that 2-on-3. So massive kill from MSL with a grenade. And he's sitting top of the server now, 26 frags to his name. And as you say, what a game to do it. A big middle finger being sent the way of North potentially. 16-15 to OpTic.
If your middle finger is bigger, is it more offensive?
Yeah, surely. If you have like a massive styrofoam one, right?
Do you ever do that where you try to show like your rage extra amounts with the middle finger by like propping it up more straight, or is that just me?
Do you like put Botox in your fingers or something just to
Lots
really
of
send
like
it?
gel. I don't know what it is, but it goes in. This time, we finally see Cadian best MSL in this opening fight.
Took him 2 shots though.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the cleanest of man advantages, but they're still now sitting in this 5-on-4, and the pressure very much on to these 2 defenders. Refresh. That Optimus might have just transformed this entire round though. 3v3 on the back of him alone. He keeps on peeking into it, and Cadian misses the timing. He's dancing around the Molotov, and things very much heating up inside of the bomb site, but Refresh still alive, still kicking. They finally put him down. Snappy and Config are already here, already on the rotation, and they might have just found them both. Cadian narrowly avoiding death, still with the bomb on his back. Trying to sell this double.
What? Hit the bin.
That's a bit of geometry saving Cadian.
He'll get the bomb plant from it as well. 13 seconds left as it gets punched in. Both players pushing from the dumpster, and he's got to catch the first cross kill for free, but it's not going to happen. Config too fast, knows he was default. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It's OpTic with 17 rounds, 2 apiece on the C, or just 2 for them rather on the CT side. Obviously it's OT with 16k MR3, so money's never going to be a factor. At least not for North. So a full buy coming into the last round of the half, and if there was ever a time for Cadian to repeat the endeavours of winning that opening duel versus MSL, now would be that time, because OpTic are looking to go for a clean sweep in the CT side of overtime, which would be pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, especially considering it was them staring down the barrel of a bit of an awkward defeat originally, right? Now they very much switched things around. Lots of nades onto Config. He is getting the hell out of there as he's brought down to 6 HP.
I like that, because North have just been reading OpTic's close B positions. Every time they've hit B, they've been players down Monster running this 1-2 setup that North ran themselves on the CT side. So expecting OpTic with a deep Monster smoke to set up there again, they get a lot of free damage. Question is, will they expect this from MSL, a position he's used many times before on the CT side today?
You see the drawback of this, though. They've left long open, and this leaves MSL in a bit of an awkward spot, right? He's having a pivot between this long toilet position and Party over in mid. So you've given him quite the awkward spot to be in. He does at least have the ability to fall back through connector, and that's all because of Nico clearing this out. Once he's taken the first shot, MSL can just back away. Look to try and push no enemy lines. There's Nico arriving on this flank, and Valder now makes the call, gets the info that a man is in the back line. MSL bomb dropped as he dispatches of Gade, and this round is falling apart for North.
Yeah, 30 seconds left, and they don't even have the bomb under their control split. No one being able to play the trades or even win their duels. Kiebi falls to that AWP, and Cadian, he's just hoping for a couple of kills here on the bomb site, but there's no one here. Refresh is deep and close right, and Cadian, oh my god, not a favourable angle, but he hits the shot anyway. It's North to fall short of overtime, 15-18, OpTic take all 3 rounds, and that's so unfortunate for North. The reason being is the second they lose that player, they're about to hit A, right? The second they lose that player to the flanking Nico, they stop on their A push, and the reason being is because if you're getting flanked all the way from B Monster, you assume that therefore the CTs have now stacked A. That wasn't the case. There were still 2 players down on B, because B tunnel and B short rather was open. So, you know, North actually gamed themselves there, but they made the right read. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the correct setup on OpTic. 18-15, 1 round needed out of the next 3 here for this T side.
And that's going to be the one big problem for North, right? As good as their CT side looked, all it takes is one big play from someone like Config or even actually MSL with how he's been playing right now. You know, you're not shy of playmakers on this OpTic Gaming roster, that is very much for sure. So we need to see some incredibly clean CS from this North squad. Cadian holding this mid push. Might be a bit surprised in a moment's time as MSL snuck up by him. Interested to know once again the no AWPs reigning true for the T side of OpTic, and they go walking into the AWP of Cadian. He's not ready for this wrap in through long, so Snappy might be able to find it, but just falls short. The Molotov's surely going to do it. Snappy in with 1, not quite able to burn out Cadian. Refresh does delete him, and you know, you were sitting once in a 5v2 if you're North, now 3v2. They do manage to deal with a man down in mid, and this leaves Snappy. A 1v3 required. Bomb dropped out in the open. North in full control. It should be tricky to throw this round away if you are North.
It's just so much utility. Snappy cannot catch a break, and they know he's still here as well. Good shots through the smoke, put Valde to 8, but they're going to double peek him, and there's nothing that Snappy can do. North, 16 rounds. They keep this game alive for at least one more. Potentially double overtime on the cards. Harry, do you remember that if they get these next 2 CT rounds? Easier said than done, though, as we get back into things. And MSL still, despite his incredible performance in this game, still reluctant to buy the AWP on the T side. It's been his best gun, throughout this game, but only for one half apparently.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even really register his presence back on the T side, right? So it wasn't until we saw the AWP bot out in their CT half that we really sat up and took note of MSL in this in this series. So it's interesting. I'm curious if we're going to see it actually bought out at any point for the side of OpTic on this T half. They've shown reluctance at every avenue where they could have. If
it's not happened by round 30, it's not going to happen.
I mean, you say
maybe,
that. Yeah, this is very much where the usual rules, the conventional style of Counter-Strike goes out the window a bit. Things can turn a bit more scrappy.
That's what we love here, Harry.
Yeah, the scrappier the better. That's at least what I tell myself to justify a lot of my my fashion choices. KDN going to be holding along, and he pushes up ahead of that smoke. They might try and boost config up over the top, but instead try to set up Nico with that flash. Now, they were playing the bait and switch with AZ. The switch works, but Kjerby on this wraparound actually might solidify this for North. He's certainly got OpTic trapped at the very least, but MSL is going to drop him. 3v3, still a chance for OpTic to take this first map here and now. And the bomb still not even committed to the A-bomb site. 25 seconds left, so it will look now to come on in. They forced KDN back into bank. It's Valde on truck who could deny the bomb plant, and he does. Snappy and Config left standing in the 2v3.
OpTic, they let those smokes fade and they go for the plant right as Valde is in a prominent position, but Snappy 2 kills, 8 seconds left. Can they get the bomb or take the kill to KDN? It's not the second. He goes for the wallbang, hits the shot, going aggressive with the CZ as well. Config caught in the corner, he's already tagged Snappy, he could win this, but no, OpTic